Hello, this is James. Since my last video with 2 decks got messed up, today we are going to have 2 Crystal Beast decks, and both of them work mostly. The first deck is this 30 card abomination, and it is for the use of the meme beast, the Rainbow Dragon. There is no reason to use Rainbow Dragon other than for fun, or if you want to grind out the mat for some reason. So let's talk about these Crystal Beasts for a quick second. So every Crystal Beast has the effect that when it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can put it in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell card. That's what it counts as. For Crystal Beasts, we have the horse, we have the Mamo, we have Daddy Cat, we have Mommy Cat, Baby Cat, the Eagle, the Tortoise, and yeah, that's all of them. So the most useful probably is the horse. The horse, when you normal summon him, you can pick one of your beasts from your deck or graveyard or hand, but usually you pick the deck and put it in your spell and trap card zone. The Mamo protects your other Crystal Beasts. The Daddy Cat, he's probably your main attacker. He has 1600 attack points, and then when he attacks, he gains 400 attack, so he's like a cheapy, that old monster that also gained up to 2000 attack when it attacked. We have the Tortoise, and he in the TCG he had an effect, but it doesn't apply because we don't have a main phase 2 anymore, and that's why he's all by himself. We have the Eagle, and the Eagle, once per turn you can target one face-up Crystal Beast card you control, return that target to the top of your deck. I think that's for if you clog up your field, you can activate the effect of Eagle and remove a Crystal Beast from your spell and trap card zones and put it on top of your deck. Mommy Cat attacks directly but does so at half damage, and Baby Cat, when you special summon him or her, she lets you special summon Crystal Beasts from your spell and trap card zones, and this and this are probably the most interesting of the cards, but we don't really have the means to use this effectively to the fullest yet. Now, as you can see, we have 3 of each beast, except for the Tortoise, he has to be by himself. And we have the skill Meet My Family, which adds a Rainbow Dragon and one of each beast to your deck. So now we have 4 of the horse, the Mamo, Daddy Cat, Eagle, Mama Cat, and Baby Cat, and oh, the Tortoise gets a mate. Isn't that nice? And we also get an extra Rainbow Dragon. So Rainbow Dragon must be special summoned by having 7 Crystal Beasts face up on your field or in your graveyard. This is a huge pain in the butt, so we are going to mill them using Magical Merchant and that Grasslix Screener. And Rainbow Dragon, once you do get him out, so he has 4000 attack, 0 defense, he has some cool effects. You can send all face-up Crystal Beast monsters you control to the graveyard. Card gains 1000 attack for each monster sent to the graveyard, and you can banish all Crystal Beast monsters from your graveyard, shuffle all cards onto the field into the deck. So, but he can't use it on the turn that he's summoned. So this could make for a cool combo, like a cool OTK combo with Interdimensional Matter Transporter. Like you summon him, and then next turn you shuffle everything into the deck, but then you transport him away. But he's so gosh darn hard to get out that's a little difficult. So how are we going to get him out? We will be using 3 Magical Merchants and 3 that Grasslix Screener. Magical Merchant, when he's flipped, he'll just start milling cards, and Grasslix Screener mills cards, and then Meet My Family adds an extra 8 cards. So this is a 38 card deck, and the reason we're using such a huge unwieldy beast is to get like maximum mill and get as many different types of Crystal Beasts into the deck, into the graveyard as possible, so that we can get out a Rainbow Dragon. Now for the text. So we have Monster Reincarnation to recover our Rainbow Dragon in case he gets milled, and remember we have 2 of them. And we also have Dawn Knight. If this card is sent, basically if he gets milled, then you take a light monster from your graveyard and put it back on top of your deck. But it only works once per turn. I milled a Rainbow Dragon, and then, or no, I milled the Dawn Knight and then put him back on top of the deck, and then milled again and tried to use him to get Rainbow Dragon back, but it only works once per turn. But if you mill him and the Rainbow Dragon together, you are able to save your Rainbow Dragon and draw him on the next turn. And finally, Machine Angel Ritual, if you can get it into the graveyard, it protects your light monster. If a light monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, those cards in the graveyard, you can banish this card instead. So, that's nice, that's cool, that's a big, juicy meme deck. I promised 2 decks, and let's put me into proper position for a somewhat proper deck. And that is not this guy. So we are using all the Crystal Beasts that aren't terrible. That's what this deck is for. And we're using the horse, the Mamo, the Daddy Cat, and the Baby Cat is more of a tech than anything. So again, the horse lets us take a Crystal Beast out of our deck and put it in the spell in the spell card zone. The Mamo, he protects and has decent attack. Daddy Cat is your main attacker, and then Baby Cat, we are going to try. We have the option to special summon her with Crystal Beacon. Special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck. You must have 2 or more Crystal Beast cards in your spell and trap card zone to activate and resolve this effect. So if you have a Mamo and a Daddy Cat in your spell card zone, you can special summon Baby Cat, and you can put her in defense position, and then you can get your Mamo and your Daddy Cat back on the field and do whatever you would like to with them. And then, so the reason that this is actually kind of works is because you get additional value out of your Crystal Beast cards. So for example, Pegasus, the horse, gives you basically storm fodder or Crystal Beacon fodder. So the Crystal Beasts make up for their general weakness by just giving you drawing out extra cards from the deck. So we're going to use Storm to storm away back row. Parallel Twister, you can destroy one of your back row Crystal Beasts to point destroy one of your opponent's strong monsters. And for decks like this, we just have our general strong cards to protect our weak monsters. And some of the other cards I was playing around with for this was Seismic Crasher, which is like way too cool of a name for such a lame card. But I was thinking of using him as an alternate win condition, but he's too slow. His effect is twice per turn, you can send 1 face-up continuous spell or continuous trap card you control to the graveyard to inflict 500 damage to your opponent. So I was thinking maybe you could use him as a finisher, but way too slow. And before I got my Crystal release, equip only to a Crystal Beast monster, gains 800 attack when this card is sent to the graveyard. You can place 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck face up, so it's like a Pegasus. If it gets destroyed, it's like a horse. But I was using Wild Nature's Release, which is more of a funny card, but all of these guys are beast monsters, and oh no, Baby Cat's a fairy. But all of these guys are beast monsters, so they get real big and huge off of Wild Nature's Release, but then they're destroyed afterwards, and that leaves you open. And the skill that we're using with this deck is the Tie That Binds. Each monster gains 100 attack for each monster that is on the field. So they gain a maximum of 300 attack. And so an attacking Daddy Cat, he gets 1600. Oh, we zoom in now. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, cool. Okay. Daddy Cat, he gets 1600, and then his attack gives him 400 when he attacks, and then Tie That Binds gives him an extra 300, so that's 2300 attack. And then you can have Crystal Release on top of that. I would add more of these if I had them, but I haven't leveled Jesse up quite so far. Okay, let's put me in proper position for the replays. About like that. There we go. And let's go. Alright, so our first replay is going to be with the big giant meme deck. And we're only going to have one just to show that it works and to show a couple of the techs. And I had to take this deck all the way into casual section. And this is actually against one of the... So casual section is just full of these suicide decks. So he's going to play Cup of Ace. We're going to get the cards. He plays Cup of Ace again. We're going to get the cards. And so we have Eagle, Mamo, Baby Cat, Eagle, Mama Cat, and a third Eagle. And this is the marker of all suicide decks. Okay, so we get the curse, and we mill out a bunch of stuff, including our Noah and our Rainbow Dragon, but then Noah sends the Rainbow Dragon back to the top of the deck, and we draw it. So we play our Eagle, and then we play our Horse, and then Horse gives us the Tortoise, and then now we have all of the 7 pieces that we need to summon the Rainbow Dragon, and we could finish him off, but I'm just messing around. So on his turn, I absorb the Crystal Beast into the Rainbow Dragon, and then here I'm activating its effect to banish all the Crystal Beasts, to shuffle everything back into the deck. But of course, he doesn't have any cards. He plays Cybernetic Fusion Support. I set the Magical Merchant, summon the Mamo, Magical Merchant. That's going to give us Horse. That's going to give us Baby Cat. That's going to give us the Tortoise. A Bug. That's the Rainbow Dragon. That's another Horse. That's Eagle. I think that's 5. Daddy Cat, and Grass is Greener. Monster Reincarnation. We're going to recover our... This is the second Rainbow Dragon. This is the one that was milled out. And we're going to special summon him. And I'm messing around again. So he activates a Destruction of Destiny. But so having a large amount of cards to mill with your Grass is Greener, I think, in fact, increases the chances of being able to special summon your Rainbow Dragon by meeting the requirements. Here's our real duel with the real deck, using the Ties That Binds deck with the Horse, the Mamo, the Daddy Cat, and the Baby Cat. We're going second. That's always good. Taya activates Holy Guard, and I'm having flashbacks of Gladiators, but it's just counter angels. I don't know why you're playing counter angels with Holy Guard, because of Sanctuary in the Sky. Play the Horse. Horse gives us Mamo. We activate Ties That Binds, and we get Enemy Controllered. I feel so petty activating Ties That Binds each turn. Alright, so we are going to use Mirror Wall to protect our Horse, and then we're going to pay for it so that we can storm off these 2 back row. And they may seem extravagant, but we got a Super Rush, so that's a good get. We play the Mamo, and we clear her board entirely. Harvest kills my Mamo, but Mamo continues to live, and if we needed it, we have a Storm. Kill Harvest with the Horse. That lets her take back a Providence, but she's in a fully top deck situation. That's probably the Providence, and that's probably like a monster card. That's why she's not negating my Wild Nature's release, and we're just 100 under the lethal damage. Activate. So here's the swarming. Crystal Beacon gives us 1 Daddy Cat. We're gonna storm. So we used those 2 monsters to Crystal Beacon, and then we can storm them away to clear the back row, and then we can still normal summon another Daddy Cat and attack for game. So Crystal Beasts good against counter angels, maybe. So this replay is against Mako Tsunami, and it's more funny than it's not so much a good fight. It's more just hilarious because of the extent to which Crystal Beasts are a meme deck. So you can activate Mythic Depths. So that means Sea Stealth. And yeah, okay. Here's Warrior of Atlantis. And then he activates the Sea Stealth attack. So we're just gonna go for it anyway. We're gonna play our Mamo and our Mirror Wall, but then he attacks into it and then doesn't banish. I guess you can't banish when you activate Mirror Wall in the damage step. You can't banish during the damage step. So we play our horse. We get our second Mamo, but then everybody gets Wall of Disrupted, like Silicon Valley, and he replaces Umi with Legendary Ocean. We draw our third Mamo, the Prisma one, and we ties that binds, but he enemy controllers the Prisma Mamo, but we're still gonna go for that little damage. So he draws a level 5, we'd be effed, but he doesn't. It's a Golden Flying Fish hybrid deck, and so he was going for the strong Mamo, but I used this Mamo's effect to divert the attack onto the weaker monster. So now we're good. So we have 2 Crystal Beasts, our 2 Mamos, so we can activate Crystal Beacon, special summon a Daddy Cat, just for style, because we have one in our hand. And we storm away for the BM, ties that binds, uniting the Crystal family. Ya bow! How you gonna come all the way up to King of Games and lose to Crystal Beasts, Mako? That's just not right. All right, so this replay is about where you should place your cards. Where if you're facing down Hazies and you only have one good card, where should you put it? Okay, so we're doing second, which is actually better for the Hazy player because then if they have a Raven, they can set it. That's a Raven. Summon Daddy Cat, and so I'm prepping the field. Okay, so right is useless card, middle is useless card, left is the only card that can save us. We attack into the Raven. He's gonna pull out Gyoko. And wisely, he's gonna Hey-Trunade all of our cards. Plays the Tensu, but then he can't use Gyoko to pin. So he plays the Tensu. Tensu lets him, and then Coyote gets special summoned because he has the Tensu, and then he can tribute the Coyote for Sphinx, and then Sphinx mills another Sphinx and special summons it. Alright, and now we only have 400 life points. We have a Daddy Cat, and we have our 3 spell cards, and so we're just going to trust. We're going to trust in the original diagram. Garbage card, money card. Jokes, the second card, so first, second, third. Jokes the second card and gets Wall of Disrupted. We have our Pegasus. Pegasus is going to give us our Mamo, and then we're going to Wild Nature's Release. You can put that onto your opponent's monster, and he scoops. It was too much for him. My beasts were superior to his beasts. Okay, here's our last replay. We're playing against the Paradox Brothers, and they are a handful. We're going first, which is not ideal, and we have so we have Pegasus. So this is a great hand. We have our Pegasus. Pegasus is going to give us fodder for Parallel Twister. We can power him up with Crystal Release. If this goes to the graveyard, it gives us more fodder, and we have I always use Headlong defensively, so we have a defense card. Pegasus gives us Mamo, and then we power up Pegasus with our crystal release. This is like the first duel after I leveled up Jesse to whatever level it was to get crystal release. Okay, so he special 3-star demotion summons a Gate Guardian, and we're going to use Parallel Twister on that right now. So he decides to get some value out of his monster. Questionable play. So he tributes the monster, and no, actually, I'm wrong. Completely legitimate play, because otherwise I would have wasted him with the Mamo and the Pegasus together. Abyss Soldier discards a water monster. The horse comes back to the hand. Baby Cat comes out by the effect of Crystal Release, and then he attacks into the Mamo with the Abyss Soldier, but then we have our Super Rush Headlong, also prismatic. Here we go for just a little bit over lethal, and he powerful rebirths his Warrior of Atlantis, which is 1900 attack plus 100 attack. So we have to cut off the attack by the Mamo and suicide with the horse. He destroys Mamo with his second Warrior of Atlantis. And Daddy Cat earns his keep with his buffed up attack from Ties That Binds and his own effect. Abyss Soldier tries to get rid of probably what he assumes is another protection card, and he surrenders to the unified might of the Crystal family. Thank you for watching.